Good evening, good morning, good evening, and good night. None of them apply to now.
No.
That's right. Good morning, lads. It is Friday.
Oh.
It is. It's good afternoon.
It's good afternoon,
Good
actually.
afternoon. Um, it's Friday. It's Go Live Day.
Yes.
We're ready. The whole lot's ready, and the lads have it all organised in nice numerical order as they do every month. They're brilliant. It just makes our job easier. We can lay our hands on bottles very quick. We have never lost a bottle, touch wood.
Oh, thank God.
And we've always been fairly good at it. And it's the systems and the processes that we
It
put
works.
in place. It works. Yeah, exactly that. It's been hard fought, and we've designed it all from the ground up. But hey, it works. Today is big boy stuff. This is the headline stuff that's in the auction. What we consider to be the headline stuff. That's in our auction. There's only a few bottles, but wow, what bottles they are.
Oh, yeah.
We'll start off with Adare Manor. Midleton, very rare. Again, it's hard to get away from Midleton. It's hard to ignore them. This is one of only 156 bottles of 25-year-old pot still from the Boann Distillery. And these casks are uber special. I mean, really they are their best cask that they have down there. That's bottle number 133. Anytime I've been asked about the Adare Manor, is it a good buy, is it a good investment, I sort of go, look, they're so limited edition. It is such a prestige thing. Many of the consumers that would be, frequenting Adare would probably be opening the bottles at the price point. Anybody who's staying in Adare Manor can open a bottle of whiskey for $2,000 and $2.5 and not take a flinch out of them. So there's the great thing about it, the Adare one, is there's a lot of them being drank. Adare themselves have bottles open behind the bar. They're consuming them at a good rate as well. I know they were interested in trying to get some of the first ones back because they'd sort of not oversold, but they'd sort
But
of,
there was a massive interest in them
absolutely,
at the time.
from the early days. The Ryder Cup comes to, the things where they,
Silly sticks.
the golf batists.
Yes.
They are in Adare Manor. I think it's next year. I'm not au fait with all of these sort of things, or it's put back to 2026 or 2027. I don't know. But what it does mean is Adare Manor is going to be in the headlines and headlights. And people are going to be looking for something to celebrate that. It is gorgeous. I mean, the attention to detail. It's everything that you'd expect from Adare Manor. The little pouch that has the key in it for the box itself. The bottle is, it just feels a wee bit more special than the regular Midleton single casks. The A on the front of the bottle itself,
On the neck, yeah. It's
on
really,
the neck. And again, just the detail that's on it. Again, blessed to have Kevin O'Gorman's signature on the front of it. 58.7%. And then just the box. I mean, the box is a step beyond their normal single, their new single cast now, but the ribbons and the certificates, and it just
It
feels quality. Exactly that. Just the hinges and everything else. I hope, and this is probably going to upset the environmentalists out there, but I hope if they retain, with the shift to environmental packaging and being aware of stuff like that, I hope that products like that stay the way they are.
Yeah.
I think they need to stay that way. I think that it really does make them special. I think it really does elevate them. I'm sure that Midleton or Adare, as part of a balancing act, can go and do something else for the environment, plant additional trees or anything like that. And look, I know Midleton themselves are heavily involved. I mean, we've done charity events for them, heavily involved in planting forestry and doing stuff like that. But the Adare Manor, I think, is one of the ones that I'd love to see stay. I'd love to taste it. If you ever want to treat me, or if Adare Manor want to sponsor me for a night, I'll go down.
Don't forget me.
So if Adare Manor want to sponsor me for a night, we'll go down and we'll taste your whiskey. We'll be delighted to do that. If you just want to reach out to us there, I'd be more than happy. I'd even drive down myself. I wouldn't expect a helicopter. You're all right. We'll drive down. Might send you an invoice for the diesel afterwards. Driving down the other thing. Beside that, on Cliabhan, this is our first. This is a first for us. So this is day one of Dingle. I mean, this is the beginning of Dingle. This was the first product that they put out there. Again, just to raise the profile of it. 2013 is on the dates, 6th to the 8th, 25th to the 11th, and 17th to the 10th.
And that's 14.
And that's 14. So that's new make. So these were 1-year-old samples. Well, they are 1-year-old samples, and that's literally new make spirit from Dingle Distillery in the early days, 2013, 2014, when they were up and going. It originally came in a blue presentation. It did have, I think, a glass with it and a dropper. Did you say to me, Sinead? I know that they are very, very, very rare.
Right.
Like the presentationings are very rare, but that presentation, the bottles themselves is uber rare as well. I only know of a few people that have them and are lucky enough to have them, but that is a piece of history.
And they're good
from
for
the early
space
days.
saving.
Yes, Kitty, well done. Now,
I'm not going to put him on top because the shelf's not tall enough.
pig all use for behind the bar, but you know, I don't think that's what it was meant to do.
No,
it's in Irish again. They have a lot of the Irish cast on, and Drogheda
you said that wrong.
Is Drogheda. Driglawn is distillery. And Drogheda is the distiller, and it's M. Brahnock, which is Michael Brahnock. I presume it's Driglawn. I don't know. Drogheda. I don't know. A druggie, I don't know. You can call him a druggie. Well, he is sort of a druggie, isn't he? He's making drugs for us all to drink. Glenfarclas 20-year-old. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Nice and shiny, Katie. That is one of only 600 20-year-old distillate single malts from the Glenfarclas. Glenfarclas is Cologne on steroids. Flame fed, small little distillery in the Highlands. It's a cracker.
I love the bottle. The bottle's beautiful.
The bottle's gorgeous. The presentation and the shiny of the box is gorgeous. There is a slight crack in the enamel of the gloss finish of the box, but again, I don't think it diminishes it from in any way. It is gorgeous. There's only 600 of them. The Glenfarclas family. I mean, we've been over in. I was lucky enough to be in the Mash Tun. It's a little bar in Adare in Scotland, and they have the full Glenfarclas family casks. So there's all the individual casks. Big meaty whiskies. I would describe it as a meaty whiskey. It's a lovely one. Down in the bottom again, we can't avoid Midleton. We've got an 89 Midleton. We spoke earlier in the week about Midleton very rares. 89 is one of the rarer ones, particularly in that condition. That's got a lovely clean sleeve, as you can see. The box is clean. It's got its paperwork, perfect fill level. That is a good buy. The last time that one came in that condition, it was about 19k. That it was in that condition. It went for about 19,000. I don't think that'll quite reach that, but it still is a good buy for anybody that's trying to put it together. And then we have the 20th anniversary. So I think now is the time to be buying these bottles, and I'll tell you the reason why. Next year is the 40th anniversary of the Midleton very rare release. So 1984, as I said the other day, was the first release. This is the 20th anniversary. This was the one that was brought out. It was the pearl before the pearl. I know. I don't know what, you know, the way that your pearl wedding anniversary is your 30th anniversary. Any ideas what 20 is? Well, you're supposed to know all these things.
I know, why not?
You know all them romantic things and stuff.
No, I don't.
Yeah, true, you don't.
I just remember stuff that you don't want me to remember.
Lots of that.
Yeah.
They're still cheap. In my world, I still think they're undervalued. There's only 400 bottles. I would reckon there's not that many of them still left because, again, they came out 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Nearly 20 years ago now. And so at the time, you know, people would have been drinking them. Collections weren't really on people's radars and stuff like that. So they would have been drank, and bars would have used it as its, you know, prestige bottle. I mean, there would have been, you know, 200 quid for a shot of it. Now I dread to think, I don't know what anybody charges for it. I know Pure Flash had one of them bottles stolen from Revolution in Waterford, and we have. Don't worry, Flash. I haven't forgotten. It's still on our board here in the office if it ever did come up. But again, I mean, there's so few of them in existence, so I think it's.
I don't think it will come up, but because
No, I'd say it was mixed with coke and
if they weren't
peed against a wall.
they only took the bottle and left
They
everything
did,
else.
yeah, and there was a pear either side.
Yeah,
that was the best
they
thing.
hadn't a clue what they were
Hadn't
about.
a breeze.
It's like me. It's because it was shiny.
Yeah, it's got the goldy thing in the front. Oh, that's expensive. Or it's good. Yeah, and it says 20 on the front of it, so it must be 20-year-old, and we'll drink that with coke. If I'd have met them, I tell you. Charity. Boann Distillery. Boann are friends, the Cooney family up in Boann. Amy and Sally Ann and all the lads up there in the Boann Distillery. They're good pals of ours. We love to support them when we can.
Yes.
We've got a bottle there from them. It is a limited edition bottle that's only done for the Netherlands. It's a ruby port cask. It's a gorgeous. They're doing these single cask series. I think they've got something special up there in Boann. I mean, when we were up there we were lucky enough to be invited up for the solstice tasting with them, and they have casks up there that a lot of people would die for. I mean, gorgeous, unique casks. Peter,
he's very passionate.
He's
about
very
his cask,
passionate about his cask. He loves his cask. So Boann is one to watch, lads. They're doing great things upstairs. They've got up there. They've got a really innovative still set up.
Yeah.
How they can manipulate their stills and how they can manipulate the distillate to give them literally different levels of distillate and pot still and all that sort of stuff. That is going to be, they're going to be one to watch. I think anybody who's tasted any of the solstice stuff realizes that it is exceptionally good. But I think even their legacy, they're curating legacy stock from that they would have sourced elsewhere. I think it's going to be something special as well.
And that charity is the Gary Kelly
Cancer
Centre in Drogheda.
In Drogheda, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that they are advocates and fans and supporters of the Gary Kelly Cancer Centre there. Gary Kelly Cancer Centre is... Gary Kelly was a footballer, apparently.
He was.
He didn't use golf bats.
No, he used his feet.
He used his feet and he played football, and he put a few pound into the town where he was born and where he was raised. Yeah. And there's a cancer centre there that helps families, support families, but it also brings together, alternative therapies and stuff like that. So it's a good one to support as well. So dig deep for that. That's only available in the Netherlands. I think it is a limited edition bottling. I don't know what the bottle number is on it. I must just check with it. It's age. It's a 14-year-old and finishing for 9 months in a ruby port cask. So
that'd be nice.
That'd be nice. So that's it. We go live at 5.
We do.
We have made a few changes. They did go live last night, so you have a new way of seeing the website. If you're on mobile devices, it makes it easier to source. Little gold button on the left hand side of your screen. Just look out for that. And again, if you have any questions or anything like that, reach out to us and we're happy to help.
Yes.
Is that it?
I think so, babe.
I've run out of information. It is Friday. We go live at 5. I'm probably going to have a beer tonight.
And sure, why not? You deserve it.
Absolutely. There you go. Anybody joining me for a beer, I'll be in JJ's from about 8 o'clock on. Good luck. Bye.